today about, of course, the NFL protesting sickness that is taking the country now. It's to the point of ridiculous. Bruce, what was your feelings? I forwarded a Facebook video from you that you and Kim were burning your Steelers and your Baltimore Ravens jerseys because of it. You did pay respect to the one Steeler that stood out, which was a three tours to Afghanistan and an Army Ranger.
Yeah.
But what's your take on this? Because this is, you're a retired Army major. I spent 2 terms in the Army and got out during the second one, and retired firefighter. Got a lot of friends that are police officers, firefighters, prior military. What are you thinking about this? This is it's their right to protest, but not during the game.
Yeah.
If you did that, or if I did that, we'd be fired.
Yeah. The fact that the NFL condones it, allows it to happen, means that they support it,
right?
And they feel the same way. So freedom of speech is, okay. Each individual has their right. They have their First Amendment rights. They can do whatever they want to do on their own time.
Right.
But when they do it on work time, then they're doing it on behalf of and supported by the company for which they work.
Right.
And so since a particular team, or now the majority of the teams in the NFL, have condoned it, they've allowed it to happen, in my belief is that then that means the team itself believes in that, and the NFL now, because all teams have participated, they believe in it. And the fact of the matter is, it's not only in the NFL rules that all football players should stand up and put their hand on their heart when the national anthem's played, but it's also under the U.S. Code. I've got it on my website.
Exactly.
It's under the U.S. Code. It is the way it is. It's your country, and it's the unifying flag.
Right.
Okay. So if you're going to protest, and you do it on your own time, and but don't use your platform for which I am paying. The reality is all of us are paying their $1 million salaries, and you got a bunch of men playing a kid's game, making millions of dollars, who are protesting something, and I don't think any of them really know what they're protesting.
Do we really know what they're protesting?
No.
That's my first question.
What is it that would cause those folks to? What is it that's causing them to kneel, and how do you correct that situation so everyone understands what success looks like, so therefore somebody that kneels will stand? What is that? What's the turning point?
Right.
Well, there is none. The reality is it's peer pressure, because you had one guy do it last year who was who wasn't a good player in the first place.
Right.
And I don't know if it's a black thing, white thing, Hispanic, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. We're all Americans, and we all came from a different country. We're in this one, and it's the United States flag, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
what is it?
Doesn't make any sense. The thing that comes to my mind, and I'm just so sick of it, is that what are you protesting? Okay, I've heard different things. They asked the president about race. There was nothing even mentioned about race. Why is it always about race?
Right.
Why is everything about race?
Yeah.
It drives me nuts, because it's not all about race.
No.
If the NFL was supposed to be diversified, half the guys wouldn't even have a job, because you'd have
Absolutely.
Mexicans, you'd have Italians, you'd have Germans, you'd have Japanese,
right.
You'd have Chinese.
Native Americans.
You'd have
Indians,
Native Americans. We have it all here in the United States. So
Right.
if you're upset because the world is not diversified, well, what does that exactly mean? Because
Sure.
Let's make it diversified if that's the
Absolutely.
case. And unfortunately, you'll have to be missing your $1 million paycheck.
Absolutely.
And it's driving me absolutely crazy because it's such at a ridiculous level. It's just like we were talking about my son at DePaul University being made by a teacher to make a protest sign and getting a grade for it. Okay?
Right. And here you have the NFL.
You have coaches
you have all these guys
making them stay
there.
inside.
Yeah.
You have a Steelers coach making them stay inside. Okay, what if they don't? Well, the three-time Afghanistan Ranger could give a crap less whether the coach says don't do it. Because he was actually over there.
They have their own choice.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Repercussions. These guys are getting paid such big salaries. Would it be a repercussion? How many people on those teams just went with the status quo and stood, knelt?
No, that's exactly what my feeling was, and I looked at it and I said, here's a guy who's standing out there by himself. He's got the guts to stand up for the flag, for which he has sacrificed, and everybody who's served in public service has sacrificed. We've lost our friends for this flag, and so now here's the team that I've been a fan forever for these guys, and they don't have the guts to stand up for the flag. They're hiding.
Unbelievable.
A bunch of cowards.
Unbelievable.
Just a bunch of cowards. And I'm like, I'm not supporting that.
No.
I'll support Alejandro Villanueva, but, he's a former Ranger, for God's sake.
Exactly.
He better get out there and stand up for the fucking flag. That guy's probably lost all kinds of people.
Oh, my God.
All kinds of friends for that flag.
Exactly. And it's,
those other cowards, they can stay in there.
Exactly. No, it's ridiculous.
And everybody in the fans are paying their salary. And now they get up on their soapbox that we've paid for.
Right.
They're only there because they bring in the money. And so they bring in the money, we pay their salaries, they make $1 million playing a kid's game, and now they're using that to do what? I mean, we still don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is.
No.
We have no idea.
But the fact of the matter is, whatever it is, and we could ask each one of them, and they'd probably not be able to tell us. They've conformed.
They have.
They've conformed,
and
they took the coward's way out.
Yep. And
stand up for the flag of your country or leave.
Is some of them afraid that they would lose their starting position? Is some of them afraid that they would lose their pay or sit on the bench? I mean,
well, if you're
anybody,
saying that, then what you're saying is the NFL or the team condones and wants all players to kneel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the coach of the Steelers or the coach is condoning this, what's to say that there's not repercussions for those who stand up for what they believe is right?
Right.
How many guys on those sidelines didn't have the balls to stand up for what was right?
Absolutely.
And in fear that they were going to be discriminated against.
Yeah.
Okay? This diversity and this discrimination, it makes me boil because it's only one-sided.
Yeah.
It's only one-sided, and for some reason, most of the people that do this only think of their side. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if my son doesn't do the sign?
Right.
Is he going to get a bad grade? What happens if the NFL player doesn't conform, kneel with the team, or go arm in arm, standing up? If he's always been brought up to where you put that right hand over that heart, and then he doesn't feel like, okay, is he discriminated against because he didn't conform?
Yeah.
I just want to know what's the deal? And here's another thing. Here's another thing. What would happen? Now, this is their job. This is their job. They don't have another job. They make $1 million playing, one game a week. Okay?
Right.
So this is their job. And they're able to protest during their job. I don't know anybody that has free speech to protest during their job without being fired. You ask anybody out there, you ask any employer out there, if they're striking, they're not working.
Right.
They're not getting paid.
Right.
But if they protest during their job and the manufacturing shuts down, they're fired.
They're done.
There's nothing they can do.
No.
So these guys are able to do that on the job. What makes them stop between a play and kneel down and do some kind of protest on the field?
Yeah.
Because they just did it on the field.
Right.
I mean, it's ridiculous when you get to thinking about this.
I look at it and go, okay, yeah, exactly. So that's a perfect scenario. What happens when they're on the, they're playing defense and the offensive team is on the 2-yard line about ready to score, and a defensive lineman says, "No, I'm going to protest. I'm taking a knee."
Right. I'm going to protest.
I don't like the way he doesn't even have to have a reason, because most of these guys don't even know what the reason is. I'm just going to take a knee and protest.
Yeah, they don't even know what they're protesting about.
So what's the team going to do? Allow them freedom of speech as they're playing?
When does it stop?
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you were at a regular job, at a restaurant, and all of a sudden you decided not to take the order, and you decided to hold a protest sign up, and you hold on, whoa, you wouldn't even have a job any longer.
No.
I mean, come on.
No.
It's one of those, come on, man.
And I look at it and I'm like, I'm not paying for it anymore. I mean, I'm not going to fund it.
No, I'm not.
Because if I fund it, then that makes me believe that I'm condoning it, and I don't condone it.
No.
To me, it's the same as if you see a crime. If you don't report it, then you're just as guilty. For me, I see a crime.
The statistics,
and I'm not going to condone it.
The statistics on Fox News this morning when they came in, that 10% ratings were down 10% for football games. I hope it continues, because that was on September 24th, 2017.
Yeah.
Just so when listeners listen to this, I didn't watch football on Sunday. You burned your jerseys.
I burned all of it.
I'm not watching football tonight. This is Monday night football. I'm done.
Yeah.
Now, I tell you what, I might begin to be a NASCAR fan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because that those guys, they are going to be
patriotic group right there.
They're patriotic.
Right.
I thought the football players were going to be pretty patriotic, because they're protesting for things they don't even know what they're protesting for.
They don't even know. You know what? I guess the majority of those idiots are probably kneeling because they want to be, joining the camaraderie. They want to be a team. So whatever the weakest link is, the guy who's kneeling, they're going to kneel with him because of team. Well, guess what? When did the wrong thing to do become the right thing to do?
That's exactly what's happening. That's what's happening.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
That's the easy wrong instead of the hard right. Stand up for your fucking country that allows you to have freedom of speech. So praise the flag that allows you to do that, or move to another freaking country.
No kidding. Canada needs some football players, and Europe does too.
That's right. And I think what just boiled me, what put me over the line, not only that, but I saw all the teams doing it, right? I mean, I think every team did that yesterday.
Yeah.
But we had 2 teams overseas in London who did it.
That's crazy.
I mean, okay, I got it. You're in the United States. Okay, you're going to do that overseas. Guess what? I didn't lose friends over the last 30 years in the service for you to basically spit on the flag. So guess what? I'm not paying for your salary.
Yeah.
you can just move out of my country because that's how much you're worth to me.
Exactly. And that's exactly right. Because I'm going to tell you, man, it's driving me absolutely insane. And it's not the fact. Here's the thing. Here's the hypocritical aspect of this whole thing. First of all, again, they do it at their place of business where they work at,
right.
And they're allowed to do that, okay? Where no one else is. You try to do that in your own job. Anybody out there listening? You try to do that in your own business and try to say, I've got free speech. I can say anything I want to. Bull. Right. You can't.
Right.
Okay?
You can't.
Not inside your businit.
Not inside your business.
Okay? And
because you're representing the business.
Right. So the other thing is, it is crazy how you have followers. So many people following, but are they following for the right reason? Do they even know what they're trying to protest about? And then you ask yourselves, out of all those people, so I would imagine, if there's about 50 people on each team and there's 32 teams, that's a lot of millionaires. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
What are they doing in their communities today?
Yeah.
Okay?
Protest crime.
Seriously.
Protest something. Do something on your own time.
Right. What are they doing? What's Colin Kaepernick doing in his free time? Okay? Now, this is the guy, and the elephant in the room is we have no idea, but this guy, I don't even know if he was protesting against police brutality, if he was protesting against, his failure because he can't play the game anymore. Nobody wants him. And then they always have to go with the color of skin. Well, hell, he's half white. Why would he pick half black?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, why doesn't he pick half white?
The guy had a white mother. No one knows who his father is. He was adopted by two white family members, right, a male and female, and he grew up in that neighborhood and that kind of lifestyle. So what are you protesting? I don't get everybody else, I guess, is joined in, so no one really knows why anybody's protesting. And if they are, if they say, okay, well, it's because of injustice, social injustice, or something. Who knows? Okay, so at what point are they satisfied that whatever they're protesting has been fixed, and then they're going to stand for the flag? And so to me, because no one can articulate that, what's the turning point for you? Guess what? Your freedom of speech is basically blasphemy. You're just saying this country isn't worth fighting for, and so you need to just leave. Right. They just need to leave.
They need to go.
That's it. Oh yeah.
They need to go
because they don't know. They don't know.
I got a question for you. What would ever happen if they ever implemented the military draft again? Think about that one.
Those guys need to go in.
Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
The way all these millennials, a lot of them are, or these people that are so anti-America, what would happen if they implemented a draft again? Because they don't believe in their own country.
No.
They don't believe that you should even, if we didn't have guys that fought in these wars, this would be the territory occupied by Russia or Hitler or any of them. Yeah. And it goes back to it's what are you even protesting for? I mean, I don't get it. Against a place that gives you the right to do it on your own time.
Yeah, out of all people to protest, here you have, I mean, it's not like they're unemployed. It's not like they can't make a mortgage payment. It's not like they can't go out and buy any car that they want. It's not like they don't wear diamond earrings and necklaces and gold jewelry on the freaking field when the rest of us, purchase it and only wear it during certain occasions.
Right.
It's not like they're hurting for anything, but now they're protesting against what? What? If you don't want the money and the job, because America's given you that opportunity to basically make $1 million and play this game, then give it to somebody else who appreciates it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't. Is there anything on the news today about all those millionaires protesting today, like on their own?
Yeah, well,
there's nobody protesting today.
No,
because it's not a big deal.
Right.
Because they didn't even know what they're protesting for. It's like follow the leader.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I haven't heard anything on the news today about any of those millionaires protesting.
I'll tell you what. Here's a challenge, man. I give the NFL a challenge right now. On Veterans Day in November, I want every NFL team to line up during the Veterans Parade and take a knee and kneel before all those vets who are walking down that parade field.
Right.
Do it.
Yeah.
It's easy to do it on your own battlefield.
Yeah.
You know, when you're inside your $1 million facility making $1 million and you're supposedly protected by the NFL, well, guess what? You guys take your teams and you line up on the street, and during the Veterans Day parade, every one of you guys take a knee.
Right. Here's another thing.
If you got guts, then let's do it. Let's do it. I want to see it. The players who stood up and saluted the flag, you know, put their hand over their heart, should be commended. But you know what? They did what was right.
Yeah, but
that's what you do for this country.
Will they be discriminated against internally, behind the scenes, by the coaches, by other players?
Peer pressure.
Peer
right?
pressure.
To do the wrong thing.
Exactly. To do not the wrong thing, to do different from the status quo. You know, from what the group is doing. And are they going to be discriminated against for their beliefs?
Yeah.
Okay? We can take this.
Absolutely.
We can take this as far as they want it to go, because it's so insane right now. They don't even know what they're protesting about. Okay? If it's police brutality, then or is it the Black Lives Matter? Is it?
I don't know.
We don't know what it is, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't even see the color of skin on people.
Yeah.
So I've been best friends with all ethnic backgrounds of people. I mean, if that's the case, I'm part German and Italian.
Exactly.
Okay? I'm a minority.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just because the color of my skin says what? You know, I got a friend of mine, his aunt looks like an Indian, American Indian.
Yeah.
And all the kids do. His side looks Caucasian. All of his kids look Caucasian. So we get into, what are you? We got the same blood.
Right.
We got the same background. It's just you look different than me.
You're an American.
We have so many mixed ethnic from years and years ago. We're talking Germany, Italian. Yeah. How is there any difference between any of us? Why? One of my biggest pet peeves is I got to check the box that says white.
Right.
Okay? That's, to me, bull.
Right.
Because everybody...
You should just have one block.
Because
are you American or not?
But yes, are you an American or not? You got one block. Okay?
Absolutely.
And it's bothering me, because I'm, like, right now, I'm wondering, what did Colin Kaepernick, what box does he choose?
Right.
Okay? What box does the majority of Americans, every American, choose?
Right.
Should I start checking other? Because I am part German and Italian.
Sure, absolutely.
You know, who says that I don't have some Chinese in my blood somewhere?
Knows?
Who know? I don't know.
Yeah, don't know at all.
You know, who knows? I don't know. And so it drives me crazy that we pick these sides and we try to protest against race, and always the race and the diversity, but it's only one way. Yeah. And it absolutely makes me crazy, because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That they don't even know what they're protesting about.
That's ridiculous.
It's
yeah, and I think, okay, look guys, if you're gonna get out on the field and you're gonna take a knee for the flag, you need to have a protest sign stating why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Because I want to know.
I want to know too.
I want to know.
What is it?
Yeah. Tell me what it is.
One guy could be doing it because he's saying, okay, I'm following the leader on why Colin Kaepernick is not playing.
Right,
One guy
absolutely.
it's Black Lives Matter. One guy, it could be police brutality. One guy, it could be, I'm just a big guy from Mexico, and there's no more Mexicans in the NFL, and so I'm protesting because I'm the only Mexican in the NFL.
Yeah, but check this out though. That means they're an individual protesting,
right?
And because that would be something that they would do in front of their house or downtown in their own city on their own time.
Right.
What they should be doing is holding a sign up when they're taking a knee and says, my team or the NFL is protesting such and such.
Yeah, because they're allowing it.
Because they are on duty.
Right. They're on
and
duty.
They're using their company's time.
And every advertiser that's paying for it.
Exactly. That's right.
And every ticket holder that's paying for it is telling them that they agree with them doing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so NFL, that's what I look at is it's you.
Right.
Steelers organization, it's you.
Yep.
You're the ones protesting.
I guess right now my football day will be Saturdays.
Yeah.
And watch some college ball. Fridays and Saturdays, high school and college ball. Until it starts becoming ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so
because, somebody will start pushing it over into other sports and who knows? I mean, at a certain point it just becomes ridiculous.
It does.
I mean, you want to get on the street and do a legal protest like everyone can. You file with the city and you say, hey, I'm going to do a protest. Okay, fantastic. And do whatever you want to do. That's your freedom of speech.
Right.
But if you're going to use your position in your job
do what you were hired to do.
Beliefs, that's not going to make it because whatever you're doing is not on behalf of yourself. It's on behalf of the organization.
Right. Anyway, hey, great to have you on this podcast, Bruce. And,
all right, man. Have a good day.
Yep. We'll find something else to have a fun conversation over. I'm sure pretty soon. All right. God bless America.